Shankara Karunakaram Jagadishwara Parameshwara Shankara Karunakaram Jagadishwara Parameshwara Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara Shankara Jai Gurudev. Raja Shiva. Jai Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara Shankara Karunakara Jagadishwara Parameshwara.
Heart is the light of the sun. It's time just bathe in the river of glory. Not to be anything. Peace and love is your freedom. But the flower no one can find. Heart is the light of this world. Needs to just fully be seen. Om Hari 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 Om Hari Om Hari 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 Om Hari Om Hari Hari. Your heart is the light of this world. Needs to just fully bathe in the river of your being. Lean unto the ending. Peace and love is your fragrance, but the fire no one can find. Your heart is the light of this world. Needs to just fully be seen. Om Hari 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 Om Hari 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 Om Hari Om Hari Hari. Hari 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 Om Hari Om Hari 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 Om Hari Om Hari Hari. Your heart is the light of this world. Needs to just fully be seen. Let us flourish in thy strength. Oh let our knowledge change to light, fill our hearts with love. Oh, let our knowledge change to light, fill our hearts with love. Om Shanti, 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 Shanti. Om Shanti, 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 Shanti. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana, Om Abdul Saha Vidyam Karavavahi Tejasvi Navadita Mastu Mahavidishavahi. Om Shanti, 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 Shanti. Om Shanti, 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 Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Namah Shivaya. 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 Shivaya, 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 Shivaya. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Namah Shivaya. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Namah Shivaya. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Namah Shivaya. प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आन बसो प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आन बसो तुम बिना लागे सुना तुम बिना लागे सुना खाली घट में प्रेम भरो
How about now? It's good? Yes. Thank you, my dear. Namaste, everyone. A very warm welcome to Satsang today. Sadhguru Sri Muji Ji ki Jai. So for the last couple of days, we've been trying something new. The feeling here was that there's been sharing happening from here for about 3 years now, and almost non-stop. So for a while, it feels like we don't want to do the same question and answer format where we bring all the questions and I do all the work, basically. So I've been working very hard last 3 years, contemplating all the topics. So now I feel like for a while I can ask the questions. And it's been very nice the last couple of days. And I've been asking the questions. And for the new ones, of course, when the question is there and someone is new to Satsang, I'm happy to answer. But mostly for most of you who have been with me for a while, And it's been very good because when you're put in that hot seat of answering the question, see, a lot of concepts, a lot of ideas get looked at and they get thrown away. Like yesterday, we saw that it's because we have been in satsang, it's very natural for us to create an idea about awareness. A visual replica of awareness. And we see that when the rubber hits the road, when the day-to-day life and the seeming problems of day-to-day life come, then it seems like the concept of awareness is not really helpful, and in fact it can be even more troublesome. Because when the feeling of suffering, the feeling of anxiety, the feeling of fear is coming, and we are trying to hold on to the concept, no, I am awareness, I am not this. When it is only conceptual, it doesn't really help. See? So in the light of this questioning, we are shining your own light on what is it that I really am experiencing, what am I really seeing. You see? Because ours is not the kind of Advaita which says that yes, even suffering is fine, because suffering is also part of the play, you see. So let suffering happen, it's okay, you see, because that is a big fallacy, that is just mental. It cannot be that we come to the discovery of who we are and for there to be the sense of suffering that still continues. Because once we see that I am this awareness, you also see that it is untouched by any phenomena in this world. So if there is suffering, then there is a false belief. You see? So no matter what Advaitic concept we know, you see, this basic fact still remains. You see? So this is not that type of Advaita Satsang where we say that, yeah, but it's just, there's nothing I can do, there's no doer, it's all true, you see. But here, if most of you are not becoming free of your suffering, you're not coming to a point where the ideas which make you suffer are not becoming more and more laughable, then I must say that I might not be doing my job properly. Because I don't want to some sense of mental Advaita, you see. I don't want to make you a sage in your mind. And as you're discovering your true light, you will find that not only is it becoming impossible for you to suffer, but all those who come into your presence, your light, will start laughing at their ideas of suffering. You see? This is the light that will be ignited in satsang. The suffering for us is an opportunity to inquire. Mental conception, mental interpretation can help us be rid of our suffering on a consistent basis. And therefore suffering is not something to be looked down upon, But it is a great opportunity, it is great grace to inquire into that which we are still believing. It is the provocation, it is the invitation to open up. And the more we resist our suffering, the more we say, yes, yes, suffering is here, but I am not experiencing it. These are just mental Advaita. If you're truly open, if you find that you are not a person, you cannot show me a way to suffer. And remember that I'm not speaking about pain here. I'm speaking about that which we call suffering. If your fist is open, you cannot hold on to suffering. So suffering is an indicator of how open we are. And if it is still experienced, then use that as an invitation to inquire and to see what is still being held on to, which is false. And don't try to push it under the carpet. I said I won't speak, but so many words are coming out and there's nothing really that I can do about them. You see? This denial of suffering, Advaita can be the best excuses, best way to deny what is our living experience, what is our living truth. So better not to be in denial of these things. Because as we shine our light on them, then as I like to say, sunlight is the best disinfectant, you see. My feeling to ask more questions is also my feeling to get you to shine your own light onto your beliefs and onto your own life. So that there's no dependency here on you continuing to carry the Arjuna perspective. I want you all to carry the Krishna light. Aparna said, what is a while? I don't know. But I feel it's working actually, so it might just be like this forever. I don't know actually, let's see. When you get completely tired of my questions, then maybe we switch around. Then Shivani says, would like to come, okay. And Vikas wants to come, okay. So Radha first, and then Vikas, and then Shivani can come. Yes, yeah.
Because I was watching Satsang yesterday, I was such a feeling not feeling
Yes.
like this eye doesn't know anything.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know how to do it and all that nonsense.
Once you actually admit that you don't know anything, then what is the fear?
It's like it felt like if Father asked me a question, I really don't. I probably have not seen it all myself. I don't know all that, so I just
Yeah,
have to be here. Like,
that's very good. It's very good to bring this out, because really I'm asking like this, isn't it? I'm asking things like, what is it that you really know? You see? So in this, there can be this fear of something, that I'm an imposter, I'll get found out, I don't actually know anything. But actually, it is very auspicious if that conclusion is what we are coming to, because this is his knowing, you see, knowing. So if it is helping us come there and we feel like we are just defenseless, it's very beautiful. It's cutting down all our ideas and our seeming frailties and vulnerabilities which we've been tending, you see. We've been protecting something which is not truly real.
and there's something else I wanted to share.
Yeah.
That, just for instance, like last night and this morning, there's a lot of noise, and somehow it feels like inquiry doesn't work, and openness doesn't, like nothing was working, and it was this eye that felt like it. So all the inquiry questions that it has heard in Satsang, like each one would come, and none of them worked.
Yeah.
And I just went to bed like, just like.
So this is a very good place to start. What do you mean by working?
Work in the sense like to even look, or for it to be there but not to identify. And
so go through the inquiry and tell me where it doesn't work.
So the thing is, I'm going to say,
It's okay.
I don't know at times what to even inquire into.
Yes.
Like, am I aware now? And so I'm just going to tell you the story what happened. So when I was in the cab today, it just like, so a lot of I can't do this, I don't know what to do, I can't even inquire further. So it actually, the identity is like, as though it's talking to you in Satsang, and it's, even that is an identity here, and it's like, and something just, I just let go, like, I'm not going to inquire, I'm just going to watch, like, not even this, I'm going to watch, like, just, and then it was so obvious that I'm not speaking. I'm just here. I'm not speaking. I don't have to even inquire in that sense. Like, I'm just here. Like, and so then the real who am I was there, not the non, like just the mind's who am I, random inquiry thought, and then everything just fell off. Like, it doesn't matter if the mind is there. It's just like, then it was seen. So this identity, like a lot of this, like I don't know what to inquire. Like, am I aware now? Like everything, nothing works. Like works in that sense. Like the inquiry doesn't happen. And something feels very helpless. Like, you know, even if I go to Father, this is not going to work. So this identity, like. But then when everything is just let go, like it feels like God's like, you take care, like not even you take it, just like, and then automatically everything falls. And then it's seen very clearly. But again, when I see it seen very clearly, I want you to poke here and see if my seeing is clear. Like I really know myself. Only, and not any other knowledge. Like,
very good.
So I really want you to poke.
Okay, tell me something which is completely true.
I'm here.
I am here. Elaborate, what does that mean?
I just know I'm here.
You know you're here? What type of knowing is this? Is it like Do you have an idea about the fact that you're here, or it's more direct than that?
Still, and if it's an idea, then I know the idea. I'm not an idea, I just know it.
Yes. So is this knowing more intimate to you? That which knows even that you are here? Or is the sense of being here closer?
The knowing is clear.
Knowing is closer. How close is it? Hmm? You say it is closer. So how close?
No distance.
At no distance. How can it be at no distance?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to rush through this.
Yes, yes.
Can you just ask it again?
Yes.
Yes.
We said that the knowing is closer, and then I said how far, how close. You say it is at no distance. So is it close or is it at no distance? No, it's good. This is what everyone must be checking.
The knowing is right here.
Right here. So no distance. What is that? If something is at no distance to us, what does it mean? Because everything is at some distance. No? Is there something else which is at no distance?
Everything else is at a distance.
Everything else is at a distance. So this knowingness, how is it perceived? So that which is here and is at no distance, where am I in relation to this? Or let me put it another way, who knows of even this knowingness itself? Is it that knowingness is knowing itself and you're the third party witness to this? What is your role in this?
I'm just going to speak it out.
Yes.
I can see, I can actually see
Mm-hmm.
trying to, to see phenomenally the myself.
You can see that.
I can see that. And it's
Now, is that closer to you or the knowingness is closer to you? The trying.
no, that the trying is also at a distance because I see
Yes.
it. And when I say I see it, it's just because I sometimes exchange these words see
Yes.
and know.
Yes.
So the seeing is kind of a knowing, but it's also there is a phenomenal sense to the seeing. Also.
Okay.
But it's
This is
knowing.
very important point where, and I've been trying to clarify this for the last few days because it's very subtle. That which is phenomenal sight, whether it's outwards or inward seeming, can that function without attention?
What do you mean function?
Can there be any phenomenal perceiving without attention? And this knowing that we are speaking about, the primal seeing, the primal witnessing, is that dependent on the functioning of attention? Always here. You see? So this seeing, the ultimate seeing, is not dependent on any force, including the force of attention. When we are functioning as consciousness, awareness is appearing as beingness, then one of the functions of being is to phenomenally perceive the inner and outer world. But in this functioning, did something change for that which is the primal seeing, the primal knowing, the primal awareness? Nothing changed. It's clearly seen like this.
There's like a doubt now.
Yes, yes.
When you say clearly seen,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Is it clearly known from the core of our being? It's not just like a mental conception.
so it's very clear that nothing happens to this being.
Nothing happened to this being. Yes, also. Yeah.
It's untouched.
Yeah.
And there is like a deeper intuitive knowing that nothing happens to the awareness itself, which is, I don't want to say awareness,
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
And if that's what you mean,
Yes.
like clearly
Yes.
seen.
Yes. And who is aware of this awareness?
I,
Now, this I, which is aware of itself, awareness, does any phenomenal rule, remembering, forgetting, identifying, playing, pretending, any of this apply to this one?
actually, it doesn't apply to anybody.
Mm.
The being
Mm.
is still untouched.
Yes, it remains untouched, but at least in the qualitative play as consciousness, as being, we can say that when I believe myself to be something, it is still not the play of my primal awareness, but my functioning, phenomenal functioning as consciousness. Isn't it? So, fundamentally, the question is whether in this entire play of being and not being, becoming and not becoming, is there anything that ever happened to awareness? So, therefore, is there anything that ever happened to you? Is there still some sheepishness to admit that I am this awareness? You see? And I feel this is common for many in the Sangha, that I can speak about awareness in the third person. It, nothing is happening to it. But when it comes to saying I awareness, then what is the resistance? Isn't this what we are inquiring? When we come to who am I, we see that I am this awareness. You see? Then what is the resistance to admit that this is true?
Somehow when you ask that, it's not like a, like some, immediately like a doubt comes, like am I, there is no other I, which is also clear.
Yes.
There is no other I, there's just no other I.
Yes.
I don't know why that sheepishness comes.
We can look at this. So the point of the questioning is always just to be able to look at something. Because I saw from your expression itself, the minute it became that close as I, you see. As long as you're saying awareness, aware of itself, all that has become like very natural to speak. But the minute it becomes I am aware, something's not. So this is one of the resistances of the mind, saying, but that is too much. Now that is too much. It'll say it is arrogant, or it'll say it is too early to say things like this. But it's not true. It's a very natural discovery. In fact, we even had a satsang where we said, why is it that to admit that I am awareness is considered arrogant, then awareness doesn't even have a single attribute. That which is attributeless, it is not special in any way.
I don't know if I feel it's Traveling through, I feel like there's a doubt, like immediately some doubt.
Yeah. So
It's not even like a doubt or
okay.
like a
So when it
sensation.
comes like that, ask yourself. So what is the problem? What is the trouble? So ask, what is the thing? What is the doubt? Also, he wants to say something. Yeah, he'll come to you. Either it is I or it is not. Which is it? Is it okay to call it the self but not I? Huh? Like that is also there. You're okay to call it the self. So it's self-realization. What is the self? It is awareness. But the minute it becomes I, you see, you're okay to say self.
No, it's not about it. It's about it is me. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
I don't exist as an entity.
Yeah.
So
What do you? Okay, first he had something. Something was on fire to say. So give him the mic for a minute.
So it seems there's a conditioning for a long time to be humble,
Yes.
act humble.
Yes. Yeah.
Being humble is nice.
Yes.
That part definitely feels uncomfortable.
Yes. So awareness is not humble. We're just poking at things to see what it is made of. You see these resistances. What are they made of? Is there an idea that awareness is something super special, and therefore, if I claim that to be the self, myself, then I'm being arrogant, or
So it seems aware, I mean, for the way the image is formed.
yes. But that image is that image awareness.
No, I mean, for example, when you start with Satsang,
Yes.
the teacher says, the guru says, I am the self.
Yes.
So this is automatically putting the guru somewhere very high.
High up.
Huge.
Mm.
So there's that the one which is conditioned to be humble
Yes.
and nice and
Yes.
all that.
Yes.
Is not very comfortable saying I am also that.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
It
I
is,
know.
it
Yeah.
is not that,
Yes.
but it feels
Yes. 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 And therefore, we must shine our light on this and look at the sage and say, what is he saying? Is he not saying that we are one, we are the same? You see? So this distance is also the resistance from the mind. You see that this one is far from where I am, but this one is always saying, but we are one, we are the same. You see? So to be able to shine our light and look at this.
then
Huh?
when you see your own stupidity, then there's automatically this belief that no, I must not be.
Yes, yeah. That is a bit of level confusion also, isn't it? Because the stupidity is happening at what level? And a lot of stupidity can happen from here also in the worldly play. I say a lot of stupid things. Yeah. My kids will be the first to point that out. So the stupidity is happening at what level?
In the waking state.
Define. Okay, start with defining all the levels. When we talk about level confusion, what do we mean?
So there's this the starting position is where everything is known. That's the starting position.
Yeah.
And then here what we call the waking state. There is a background of being.
Yes.
Sense in which experience
Yes.
happens.
Yes.
Different kinds of experience happen and is not
Yes.
happens alone.
Yes. So let's go slowly. There's awareness, which is the knowingness itself. Then there is the arising of this sense of being, which we call the waking state or the dream state. You see, so the being is there, and then it, which primarily is unassociated. And in the light of this being, there's this world of phenomena where things seem to happen. Then,
Then if we have to talk about the level, it would be state of identification.
yes, yes.
That's where
Yes. So one of the energetic phenomena is this phenomena of thoughts, and when we use this power which is there in service of being, the power of pretense or the power of belief, then we use that with these thoughts, and when it is used in conjunction with these thoughts in this way, then the pretend play of a separate entity or identity comes into play. You see, so stupidity is at which level?
Father, we can hear him very well.
Mic is on? Mic, sorry, his mic is off. You can tell us earlier so that we can fix it.
So, so the stupidities are obviously in the identification.
And the identification.
When you're under that spell of identification and acting in the world with that.
Now, why do we call it the power of pretense? Why not just the belief? Why do I always make it a point to say it's just a pretending? The power of belief is a pretending.
I've been thinking on this
Yeah.
question in the last few weeks also, and yes, it's almost like you pick up something, some concept, believe some concept, and then to act like a role or something that you've picked up. But I've heard this from you since beginning that you're pretending to do this. You're pretending, and I cannot see myself consciously pretending to do this.
That's why it's good. I'm very happy I'm asking these questions because these questions are coming back. You see? Sometimes you're shy to ask me, and you've heard this often now, and you might have a feeling that I might say something like, "But you heard this for 3 years, and now you're asking."
It's okay.
So, what does it mean? Why do we say that the power of belief is consciousness's power to pretend? This is the question, isn't it? So he's contemplated it. Somebody wants to offer an answer?
Because, Father, your question is why? Can you repeat your question?
Yes, the question is, why do I say, when we talk about the power of belief, I always say it is the power to pretend. And he says, I looked and I say, but I don't see how I'm pretending. So can you explain that? What is it?
Because truly I'm pretending to be 1 minute mother and the roles they keep changing through the day. There's no consistency. I'm just wearing those shoes and I'm playing that role and I'm taking out the shoes and then but the real me has just stayed the same since, I can't think of another word, but since I can remember that it's consistent. So it's a pretense. There is no.
What do we mean by pretense?
Means we are not actually that. We're just temporarily playing that role. We're just
as if
pretending to be that person. I can't find another word.
It is as if I am that, but I can never really become
Yeah.
that. You see? So when we believe something, isn't it this beingness itself, this consciousness, the light of the waking state, with the power of belief, saying that it is as if I am a father, as if I am a person, as if. So this as if is the pretense. So you see that it is just an as if, isn't it?
For example, when I'm at home and my parents, somebody in the family call me by my name at home,
Yeah.
it it doesn't. I mean, there's it
Yeah.
something automatically responds,
Yeah.
assuming that role,
Yes.
and that step happens,
Yes.
and then I look at it. Where is this? Something
Yeah.
believes below the level, below the conscious level.
Yeah.
Something
Okay,
believes.
so if someone says Shiv, Shiv, does it happen the same way?
Yeah, there is something.
Or versus
Something.
Kapil? What
Yeah,
is
now, so now there's with the name Shiv, there's some distance from Kapil.
Hmm.
It feels a little weird.
Yeah.
And
So-
I have a third name at home. So
Yeah. Yeah. What is that pet name?
Amol.
Amol. This is
Amol.
not such a, not like Chumku or Munku. Okay.
So they call me by that name at home, and something responds, and after the response, something checks. What is believing it is this
Yeah.
Amol or this? Well, that distance, it automatically, the checking also happens.
Yeah.
But when the response comes, it doesn't feel like a
So are you
conscious-
Shiv, Kapil or Amol? Because if it is at the layer of consciousness itself, beingness itself, you see, then it would not be an option or a choice, isn't it?
So
Just the sense of, so if I say I won't, but suppose I say, you know, I made a mistake with your name. It should not be Shiv, it should be Kanhaiya now. You see? Then we can add one more to the mix. You see? Yeah. So like this. So this identity with the name, isn't it part of the pretense of being playing as if, you see, being playing as if it is Ananta, being playing as if it is Shiv, being playing as if it is this constricted by this body, being playing as if it is a Sangha member, as if it is a father, as if it is a son. You see? That's why when we say that everything that we say after I am is a story, therefore it is a pretense. Now, the power of belief is that strong. Why am I answering? Okay. The power of belief is that strong that as it keeps getting nourished, so you keep nourishing the name, you see, with your belief. I am Shiv, I am Shiv, I am Shiv. Now I am Kapil. Like that, either you are doing or we are doing in Satsang, you see, then it becomes almost natural for us to play that as if role. But still it is as if, because when you go to your dream state, you won't remember, you see, mostly. Isn't it? A newborn child is not associated with any name, you see, and yet beingness is functioning, isn't it? So that is why also this name is very beautiful, because something which is deeply been associated as if it is I, you see, is now that is also kept aside and say, okay, we do need a label, so let's use another label. So this creates for those who are ready for something like this, creates some beautiful dropping of the identity. Even in the naming ceremony, it is the dropping of all the previous identities related with that name. So it is not, it is very, very, I mean, as primal as it can get through the nourishment of our belief that I am that name, but not as much as I am itself. Isn't it? Do you see that distance is there? That's crucial.
But even after responding to somebody's call, and
Yeah.
it's automatically a looking that happens.
Yeah.
What is the meaning of this word, this name?
Good.
I mean,
What is it pointing to?
what is it pointing to?
Very good. Very good.
But then there's a call from somebody and, oh, do this. And there's automatically, okay, I'm coming.
Yeah, but that's a beautiful inquiry also. Whose name is it? What is being referred to with that name? Say non-existent person, is which is like a bundle of energetic constructs called thoughts, and the bundle of this flesh and bones, all of that collectively is usually what is referred to as with that label. It's a useful pointer in the worldly sense. Yeah. Suppose you were a spy. You were in the CIA or RAW, whatever, some spy agency. Then, if you're sent on a mission, you'll have to work really hard not to respond to your original name, and create a sense of distance from that, and that is possible with training to do. So maybe they go through some belief training where they're believing themselves to be this name, they're believing themselves to be the new identity which they have to take on, and start almost creating like natural responses to that. Because you'll easily give up your cover if somebody's saying, hey, whatever, and you're just not responding. Then it's very easy to make out that there is no belief in that identity. So although the name is very primal to our identity, it is still not as primal as our own sense of existence is. Yes? So it's very much at the root of the pretending, this identification as the name, as this form. Very good. Very good. Okay, where are we? Yeah, yeah.
Someone is in the it was coming here like the perception of something that is not the body and the mind, but that seems individual.
Yeah.
And it was coming like a big part of my life. This thing was trying to escape from the body, going with mind, but it is not mind.
Yeah.
But seems like individual because it was connected with this mind. And in Satsang, I'm more and more allowing this body to exist.
Yes.
So this thing is not trying to go with mind.
Yes.
It's like space itself, and it's happening. It's like appearing in the allowing of the dissolution of the tensions and the nausea sometimes in the body. And it seems like individual because perhaps I don't know if it is awareness. Many times I had the concept of a soul. So it's coming this thing, what is individual, what is
So when I say,
everyone.
can you stop being? Is it this that comes into your perception?
Somehow it came from this because I was feeling so identified with this idea of being stuck in the body that it seems that this thing that is individual was not believing, not having space for be aware of itself. Perhaps it's awareness. Because so I was so angry about Advaita because I was not feeling that awareness.
One of the tricks of the mind is to take this being which is not personal, not individual, and say that this is your individual person. Is it?
Or soul. I had that concept of the soul in a prison, in the body.
It's a very Christian concept. No?
and
Yes.
tragedy.
Yes.
It was my Christian tragedy. Yes.
Yes. Yes. But this, when we start checking on this being, you see, it can seem like it is contained within my body, but truly when we look for the boundaries of this being, we'll find that it is the body which is also contained in this, along with everything else which is appearing. You see? So in this way then our being is seen to be that in which all phenomena is coming and going.
And the mind was pretending I contain you.
Yes, exactly. That's the trick of the mind.
Strongly.
Yes. Exactly. It tries to say that this being itself is person, you see, personal. And when we check, no, it has no personal likes and dislikes. It has no desire or aversion. There's nothing personal about it. You see. In fact, everything else is contained within this space of being. So to look like this is very good.
I can get you. It's a big. It was a big belief.
Yes, it is a big belief, a very powerful trick of the mind. You see?
And somehow it's coming that if the belief
Closer,
is,
they won't be able to hear.
is dissolving, and it's coming somehow is the. Somehow it was coming some years ago now. That perception, it's coming in a different way. If the belief fall, the body will change very rapidly. I don't know if it is a craziness. It can.
Yes, it can be like that, but we cannot predict these things.
No, I'm not
Yes,
with
yes,
expect.
yes.
I'm not. I don't come with expectations.
Yes,
It's an incredible thing
Yes.
that I'm losing expectations.
Yes.
Some things come about future, but
Yes.
I know it's
Yes.
just mind.
Very good.
Okay, Father.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, there's a bit of a queue after that. Who is coming first? Just come. Whoever is in the queue first. Vikas is there? Yes, come. Namaste, namaste, my dear.
Are you, Father?
Very good, very good.
Father, just wanted to share that at some level it feels like that there has been a confusion of pain with suffering. So the appearances in form of pain, in form of discomfort, in form of energy, in form of anger, this is something that is going to come, play its role, going to go out. But the image about it, or thinking about it, or kind of getting worried about it in the mind or through the mind is something I believe is suffering.
Exactly.
It's not what is happening in the life, but
Yeah.
how it is perceived
Yes.
is kind of the real suffering. Because
Yeah.
Even the sages has gone through very chronic diseases and so much of discomfort in their life. But that's the way life is designed, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be honest, there has been no suffering at all. I don't know since when.
Yes.
But then there comes a question from the mind, which sometimes I feel like it's a trick, and sometimes I feel like hearing. It's kind of, is it still the mind trying to accept everything, even the greed, even the goals, even the motives, even some sense of anger as a part of life's play? No, it's a life play. Let's accept it. That's the way it has to happen. It should have happened. That's why it has happened. It plays its time like that. But in a deeper sense, the moment you look at it, or even automatically, you don't need to make an effort to even look at it. It just happens on its own. that you are aware that what has happened. And then mind used to play a guilt game. First, it will make you do a certain thing, and then it will come and be an expert in telling you that no, this don't happen. You should do that. Now it's more like even if anything has happened without labeling it, that's it. That is what it was supposed to be. Something has been said. It was supposed to be said. That has happened. Fine. It's for good. And what I'm observing is there is a great disconnect between what is being thought, what is being said, and what is happening. Very big disconnect. Like mine might say, the plan might be to come to Satsang, and I would be telling I'm going to Satsang, but eventually I'll end up calling my business associate and would launch into a different business and would go somewhere, and I'll see what I was saying, what I was planning, and what is happening. And it seems like there is no control at all. There is no control of what is going to happen. You accept it or you don't accept it, it is beyond. It is going to happen, what is going to happen. So just wanted to bring to your feet, is it a trace of ego? Is it still mind strapped to, to play its role, to keep, certain things still in belief, or this is what it has to be? I mean, I don't even want to know, but it just like felt like surrendering it. It's more of a surrender.
Yes.
Felt like it to happen.
Very good. Very good. Very good. Yes, it can be very simple like this, as long as there can be the sense that I have a choice or have some intention. Even I can keep an intention, then we can keep the intention to not believe our next thought, or intention to come to satsang. So as long as there is a sense that there is something here which can hold on to a particular intention, then we can focus our intentions on these things, these pointings that we hear in satsang. What happens, happens anyway. You see, so we're not to be concerned about the outcome. As long as it still feels like I can have an intent to do something in my work, I can have an intent to do something in some other aspect of life, we can also focus this same intent on the pointings that we are hearing in satsang without worrying about the outcome of any of this. And then when the sense of intention, as it already is doing for most of you and for you, the sense of intention itself dissolves. So you can just feel like even this intending to do this tomorrow, intending to do this next moment, intending that this is what my day should be like, even this becomes so light, as if it's just pretend, like a game of doctor or something like that. You see? Then even this intention becomes lighter and lighter and lighter, and there is no real power in these preferences, no power in this seeming choice making, and you see that everything is just flowing gracefully. It's a play of grace itself. You see? Therefore, all that is needed, seemingly needed at this point of time, is just whatever power of intention I feel like I have, I should use that power of intention not to go along with what my mind is saying. That's all. Yeah. And I feel that there's another aspect which you said is, I don't know whether it is the mind which is playing and I'm believing it and it's subtle. Actually, I feel that all of us, we know when we pick up from the mind, you see, The mind will come and say, I don't know whether I'm really picking up from the mind or not, and things like that. But somewhere, and I feel like all of us who've been in satsang have that sensitivity now to be able to really check and see, yes, yes, this was just something mental which got picked up, and now in that checking itself usually is thrown away. So we don't have to be guilty about it or something. Just if it is something mentally got picked up, just to see it is enough. To see, yes, it was mental, it got picked up, and in that seeing itself, it is dropped. You see? So this power to be vigilant, this power to see whether something got our belief or not, that we have. You see? Again, with the intention of just not hanging on to it, not with the intention of trying to become perfect in our spirituality, or trying to get to a particular outcome or something like that. Just for the seeing, just for the checking of what is really going on, just for the checking of whether there is still some identity which seemingly gets nourished with my belief in a particular thought.
Whether it gets picked, it gets dropped, but in the background, it's very static. In the background, it's very static. That just like life is so forgiving and so humble to kind of try to kill all the identities by playing out so differently than what is being thought of and happening as for a moment. So the difference is not small. It's just like, oh, that is happening, and then there is no ownership of anything that is happening as this should have happened, this was that, but just like complete acceptable, right? Fine. It has to happen that way. That is fine. Let's embrace in that. Everything just kind of flowing.
It's very good. Very good.
Different to what planning could be, what things could be, and in moment your attention is in now. The moment your attention is things will keep on coming, thoughts keep on coming. You're busy working on somewhere. The moment you're still, and it happens most of the day. Irrespective of how busy things are happening, you just stuck to be in now. You just stuck to be in complete awareness, and at that time, nothing exists. Just there is nothing as such. No goal. There is no spirituality. There is no identity to be a seeker. There is nothing to be read or nothing to be left. As the blessings. It feels like even the words, even the satsang, even the journey, even the everything was there for a reason, but that was not anything to be achieved for. There is, I mean, everything gets disappeared in a way. You just are. That's it. And then again, like what she was saying, someone would call you, something would come up, the identity would get paid. But then there is no such bonding with the identity. There is nothing as such. Like if I have to ask myself at this moment of time right now, the body has to be left. There is not a second thought about, oh, this would left, that needs to be done, this needs to be done. It's just like very relaxed. Okay, fine. The moment mind would offer you something. Okay, what would happen to that? And if there is a belief or if there is a attention toward it, you start making it stories. You try to make it something out of it, but there is an awareness of that.
Yes.
It takes time to make that bubble, but then it takes very microsecond to burst it off. It gets burst off, and then no, it was a bubble. There wasn't anything in it.
Yeah.
This keeps on happening, but the purpose was to surrender, not even to know or to have a label. The mind comes in and say that, okay, fine. See, I told you. And then it becomes a practice that you have to attend. You don't have to attend. You have to listen. You don't have to listen. You have to let it flow. It kind of tries. It tries to make it a practice out of something. So what resonates in heart is just to surrender. You don't know right, wrong, from mind, from consciousness, from being, from complete awareness. Just lay down and just like fine. Nothing has changed ever since.
Very good. Yes. This is surrender, because I don't know also means I don't mind. Yes. And I don't mind is surrender. Very good. Thank you. This this reminded me. Those of you who are coming to the retreat, Amba told me to remind you that you are supposed to reply to her email about your accommodation preference. Otherwise, and whoever doesn't reply will be sleeping on the floor. So
I did that already.
no, yeah. Not sure who's done that or not. I haven't checked those mails, but I remember that you and Vani are coming. No?
Yes, Father. Thank you.
Thank
Father, one last thing.
you. Uh-huh.
From Pune, I have booked the tickets for Bangalore. I don't
Yes.
know a flow like that, but mind is like saying, hey, right now I'm in Chandigarh, kind of Mohali, moved from my place, came here for a business thing, staying on a rent. Uh, came in mind that no, I need to go to Bangalore, and then now mind says, all right, fine, you'll already be out in a retreat for a week, and then there would be a weekend, plan something out of it. Mind will go on to sites and will keep on checking dates, keep on checking dates. And then something would laugh at it again, about the whole practice. And then again, there's an acceptance of right. If this has to happen, let it happen. Why am I so concerned about? Who is so much concerned about trying to look perfect? Let there be
Yeah.
maniacness. Let there be all the discomfort. Let there be all the confusion as well. Fine, so what? Just wanted to ask you, like, whatever comes in your heart or whatever.
Yes. You must come. You must come to Bangalore. Must come to Bangalore.
I've already booked the ticket from Pune to Bangalore, but I haven't booked tickets from Bangalore to Delhi. So that was like how long should I plan it? Or
Just move to Bangalore. We'll see how it goes. If anyone asks me this question, I'm just going to say, just move here. No.
thank you, brother.
Thank you, my dear. Okay, Shivani said, would like to come. And Shanti typed something. Shanti said, Father, there is knowing itself, but it knows no other. Yes. To know other, it is necessary to be the witness that sees from the being's power. Very good. I like this very much. Yet awareness as being knows phenomenally, and without the presence of being, there is just a knowing of knowing. How it is seen here. Very beautiful. Nitya said a kind of emergency is going on here at the moment. Would like to use this to be questioned. Okay, you come first. Since it's an emergency, you can come.
Hello.
Hello.
I cannot say so much. It's energetically very intensely going on here, and I don't know what drove me to write emergency, but
Yeah.
it. I'm just such a failure.
Such a failure.
Yeah. No words are coming. every time I come up, it's just like this. It is, maybe it's just about speaking out. This, there's, it is something energetically going on in the body. It's pretty intense. It's like there's, the energy somehow cannot flow because there's energetical knot in the heart center somehow, and this causes some it's just what is. I mean, it's just how it is right now. And in a way, it really feels like an emergency case or something. I just would like, I cannot really identify with it. It's not like that, but yet somehow I felt pushed to come up with it. I don't know why actually. Was not this intent in that sense or so. Maybe you can ask me just something.
Yes. Yes. So there's a sense of some strong energetic movement happening, and you feel like there is a sense of block in the heart center or something like this. Now, this is not like the medical thing that was happening yesterday. This is at a energetic level, isn't it? It's at a different level, or it's the same thing you're talking about?
It is on an energetical level, but this energetical level causes the bodily issue. You know what I mean? And this is how it feels. Yeah.
Yes. If you can keep your inward attention on that energetic block, if you feel there's a block, and if you could just look at the screen for some time, then let's see if we can see what's going on.
It is just very painful.
Does it feel like it is some energy wanting to release itself, but is being constricted at a particular point?
Yes, yes. Actually, directly in the heart, and also in the physical heart. And but it's in a way, it's really energetical. It's some emotional stuff somehow. It is.
Yes.
What I can sense is emotional pain, but also deep sadness. Something.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. And when I say, see if you can rest your attention on this point of constriction, does it feel very uncomfortable or it's manageable?
that is what I was doing the whole time since, since it's going on. And it's good. It's fine. It's I don't know how to say. It's actually very beautiful. In a way, somehow. Yeah.
Actually, when it comes to, I rarely, especially when the broadcast is on, I rarely talk about energy, but energetically, that which gets our attention, neutral attention without expectation, that energetically gets better. You see? So it's very good if you've been finding it manageable to keep your attention on this point of constriction. And then you'll find that as you're open to that constriction, really keeping your attention on that, you will find that any energetic blockage will start to release itself. You see, so as much as you find it comfortable, not with any sense of force, just drown this blockage in your loving attention. And you will see that any sort of constriction will start to open itself up.
Yeah, this is something what comes up again and again and again. It's very, very consistent. It always comes to this point here and again and again.
Yes. Yes. And a block only means something which has not been looked at in the past, has been repressed in the past. You see, that appears as a block because it's saying, look at me. Because it's some repression, something which has been pushed away, now is screaming for our attention. And we are become more open to this as we accept this and we provide it with some attention. You find that with the attention going to it, it will also find its release. Did you mute yourself? Did it mute by itself?
No, I muted myself.
No, we enjoy hearing all the laughter and the crying. It's nice. all of this is very strongly correlated with our openness, with our acceptance. So these things which we've not been open to in the past, which we've not accepted in the past, they become these sort of blockages. And yet the simple way now is to just be open and accepting and accept that attention can go to them and it will not be overwhelming. Maybe in the past it was overwhelming, so it was pushed away. But now coming to satsang, you find that there's enough power here to energetically deal with anything. So these things will not remain as blockages, and as you are open to them, are accepting of them, are even loving towards them, you see, then in your loving attention they will dissolve more and more.
Just so much love you.
Same here, right? Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was somehow
Thank you.
important to come up with it.
Very good, very good. I'm very happy you came. Very good. Okay, Shivani, there are two Shivanis here now, so Shivani Gala can come next.
Thank you, Pa.
Welcome, my dear.
I hope you don't mind calling you Pa.
No, I don't mind anything.
Can you please scrutinize me?
Yes. This is a nice request. I like. Very good. So yesterday I remember in the chat later seeing that you had posted something about the ego cognizing something. So let's start with looking at this. Can the ego really cognize anything?
So I think that was in the reference of something to do with deep sleep.
Yes.
Um, I don't remember who was talking about it. I don't remember the name. But I remember a week ago, you had this satsang about deep sleep, and
Yeah.
I never really gave that much of thought until it came, the contemplation, until that satsang. So, what is it that's aware during deep sleep, and what is aware that you're coming out of sleep or going into sleep? To
Very
me, it
good.
felt that it's ego that maybe not cognizing. I don't know if the cognizing is the right word, but the way I feel it is, so when I wake up in the body sense and I see that this is flower, this color is orange, this is this. This is that cognizing ability to differentiate things. So based on that, in deep sleep also, like this Turiya experience that we have, it's an experience. Okay, so I feel it's the cognizing ego that gives too much importance to all this, and which actually divides that this is deep sleep, this is awake, this is waking up, and something like that.
Yes. So the mental division or a conceptual division, of course, is at the level of concept. But for the ego to cognize, we must look at what we mean by ego in the first place. You see, so what is ego? What do you mean by ego?
So what I mean by ego is something that consistently persists to confirm something. When it's not the ego, it just is an insight that comes and just leaves. It doesn't have the push. Whereas ego is something that subtly overall or a period of time or just consistently wants to push things. That is.
I take an example, illustration of this. What does it mean? Consistently wants to push something.
Okay. I don't know why this example is coming to my mind right now, but so pollution were going on right now, and are you aware about pollution?
Pollution.
Pollution. It's a Jain festival.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's over, no? Yesterday or still on?
Yeah. Yesterday.
Yes.
It got over yesterday.
Yes.
So there is this fasting that we do, and so one day I was fasting. So the body was fasting because now I know the difference between fasting.
Yeah.
So I was cutting something with the knife and I ended up cutting my thumb. So after watching it for like physically watching it for a few minutes just to see how the blood flows and everything, I don't know, I was just very curious. And
You sound like me actually. Yes.
and then the natural response was just to put that thumb in the mouth.
Ah,
Just something is cut, you drink.
yes, yes, yes,
Now, I'm Jain, as in born in a Jain family,
yes, yes.
vegetarian, and I drank the blood.
Yeah.
And I was fasting. So did I
Yeah.
break my fast? So it just came like that, and there was this absolute clarity of insight which said, not said, but just insight which says that fasting is for senses that reach out, not for the natural responses. I asked this to my mom. She's like, "You didn't do it intentionally. It's okay. Nobody cares. So that's her way of showing love and everything. But for me, that insight was enough to know that fasting is not something that I'm doing. It's for senses. Just to bring yourself in some center. Whereas this, just taking this in my probably was a natural response, and I didn't feel guilty about it at all. And I shared it with a friend, and she's like, "You're probably the first Jain vampire." I was like, "Yeah, maybe." So I think for me that is insight. But if I probably would have held on it, like the mind would still bring up all these stories. Some stories from Mahavir's life and all the stories that we grew up listening, and different things. A lot of other things that just kept. So I think that I would say is the cognizing ego, which is trying to pull you consistently. Whereas inside is like, okay, this is it and it's gone. It doesn't care whether you agree or not, don't agree or what happens. So for me, that's the cognizing ego.
Okay. So
Does it make sense?
let's dig deeper into this. It's very good. So when we're linking it back to what the ego is, let's use one of your sentences. You say that I might be the first Jain vampire. So this I is which one?
This I is the one that world has perceived me to be a Jain and a vampire. Okay, I am not Jain or vampire. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Because
yeah, it's good. So Jain is an identity, vampire is an identity. Both can be kept aside. You see.
yes.
So all this collection of identities, collection of beliefs. You see already, isn't it, that you cannot identify as if you are something unless you believe a thought about it. Do you see this?
Yes. Very clearly.
Yes. So all of our identities, which are constantly changing anyway from time to time, you see, from 5 years ago, there could be a different set of belief system, different set of identities which we believe ourselves to be. I'm like this, I'm rebellious, I work in this way, I'm very truthful, I'm honest. You see, all these ideas we have about ourselves, they keep changing over periods of time. You see. So if for a moment we keep all of these identities aside, you say that I'm neither this, I'm neither Jain nor vampire. Is there something which you are, which is undeniable?
I can't define it.
You have a sense of it, but you are not able to put it in language. Is that the problem, or is it that you can't find it?
I can't put it in language.
Can't put it in language, which is not such a big problem. Actually, it's a good thing. So
If you remember, I think in the heart altar, I had mentioned once that there was this whole chaos that was going on. I don't remember if you recollect it right now.
I do, yes, yes.
Yes, and during that chaos, when those inquiries arose, and that even to type that word known as, I just couldn't bring anything else,
Yes.
just to, but I had to write it because I had to somehow get it out of my system. But I think the problem is holding on or being that knowness, because
Yeah.
at mind,
Okay.
yeah, sorry.
Okay. So now, what have we discovered so far in our conversation? That there's a set of identities which can be held on to. You see, when we talked about the religious identity or some sort of phenomenal functioning identity which can be held on to. Now, and we also said that these identities are a function of our belief. So that which is the function of our belief and comes and goes with our belief in it, you see, does that have any cognizing ability?
It feels to me no.
Yes. So this bundle of beliefs, this baggage of identity itself inherently is nothing but concepts which have been given belief. You see? So that in itself, these concepts obviously cannot have any abilities to cognize. You see? Now, what is it that has the power of belief then? Is it an identity?
Yes, I think we could say it is an identity, but it feels more like something that draws attention there. Maybe it's identity. Maybe identity is the word I would give it to us.
Let's look closer at this, because if identity itself relies on belief, then for there to be identity first, there must be the power of belief. So belief must be prior to identity, isn't it? Can there be identity without belief? There cannot be.
They cannot
Isn't
be.
it? Therefore, belief cannot be a function of an identity itself, because for identity to exist, there first must be a belief.
Yes.
Yes. See? So we've already come to a very beautiful point where we see that belief seems to be more primal, a function, a power, than any ego or identity can have.
Yeah.
So now we are seeing that this ego can neither cognize, these identities can neither cognize, nor do they have any power, including the power of belief. You see, that which itself is a belief cannot have the power of belief. You see.
Yes.
So identity itself is a belief, and therefore just a belief cannot have a power. If I believe that I am a Martian or a vampire, like you said, then that vampire cannot have a power, you see, because that vampire itself is a belief, or the Martian itself is a belief. So that which is just conceptual can have no power even in this phenomenal realm. Now, we find that in the sleep state, there is nothing like belief or not belief. Only in the waking state these powers come, attention, belief, you see. So what is it that changes between sleep state and waking state?
I don't know.
It's very good to look. So when you say, oh, so I ask you, what time did you wake up this morning?
7.
7. You woke up at 7 a.m. So what is it that woke up at 7? We have always said, I woke up. You see? But already you said that there is awareness of sleep and there is awareness of waking. So if awareness is the constant, then what is that which woke up at 7?
I think attention woke up at 7 to look at the clock and say it's 7.
Not bad. This is very good. This is the first time I've heard this answer, and you're right. But even for attention to exist, don't you have to exist first? Is there ever the experience of attention without there being the sense that I exist?
Yes.
Yes. So actually, you touched on a very beautiful point, which is that for many years I have actually said that attention, belief, all of these are products of our existence, our being. But as we look at it more and more, we realize that the birth of attention and being is almost like the birth of twins. You see, both are like co-joined twins.
Yes.
You see? So this existence, wasn't it there in the sleep state?
You know what comes to me right now is the mind's, or so far what's been my belief of beingness and presence, is what I relate to as the existence. And maybe that's why I'm not in a position to know the existence in the form of sleep state.
Yes. Very good. So if I offer you this question, can you stop being now? And you actually have to physically try to stop being.
Not possible.
No, not possible. You see? So this being, you see, is it present in sleep state? So okay, so let's do it this way, that if I give you a proposition that at 7 o'clock what woke up was this sense of being, although awareness of being or not being remained constant, then can you check on this and see whether this is the case or not?
I don't know. I don't feel to check.
You don't feel like checking?
No.
Why you don't feel like checking? That's very good. It's very good that she is being able to expose that.
So I don't feel like checking.
Can we check on that at least?
Yes, that feels okay. So it feels like what I discover may be end of the journey.
Yes, yes. See this. See this. This is very important and very, very happy that you exposed this. Because the minute it feels like, okay, this might be the end, you see, then something feels like, no, this is too much fun right now. Let's not go too quickly. Something can feel like that. And
Yeah,
for some, it can be like this. Huh?
Yeah, and after probably 15-20 minutes of the satsang is over, it'll say, oh, you had a chance and you missed it. It goes
Yes,
further.
this is the 1-2 punch. This is the 1-2 punch of the mind, you see. So, also what can happen is that sometimes it can be like this, no, the journey is too much fun, but it'll come to an end. But the fun will not end. That it's not like I'm one lifeless robot. You see, it's not like that. The fun doesn't end. The second thing can be that for many, when we are exploring like this at this level very directly, moving away from conceptual ideas, then it can feel like a subtle fear of death can come, or a subtle fear of something ending can come. You see? So for some it can be light like this and it can feel like, oh, it's no fun, it'll end the journey. And some can be a stronger resistance, like we had this recently where one felt like she had to leave the room, she could not sit, you see. She just had to leave because it felt like a strong fear or something was coming up in that checking, you see. But it's not bad, we've already looked at a lot of beautiful insights, and this is the reason why we actually have satsang so frequently Monday to Friday, because I know sometimes we can come to a point and can feel like, okay, enough, let me marinate in this for now, and then I'll build some more spiritual stamina and come back to this deeper looking, which is absolutely fine. So the intent here is not to push you into it. Already I feel we've clarified a lot of insights today and a more direct.
Please push me. I may not. I know myself too well. I may not come again anytime soon. Please push me.
Yeah. You see, that is why, because this can also feel like, you see, this can seem very real. I might not come back, you see, and that is why I find that one of my master's blessings or the guru's blessings is that those who are my children in the Sangha, they love me too much to not come back, you see. So you might not trust yourself enough to come back or not, but I know that there is something already there, you see, because something is saying, push me, and the same one is saying, don't push me. You see, this push me, don't push me is going on. You see, and already the question which is pushing you is there with you, which is that, what is it that wakes up when I wake up at 7 o'clock? It is a very, very primal question, and if you can look at this, you see, at your own pace, comfortably, then you will find that something will reveal itself to you. I have already also given you the question, can you stop being? And I've said that this question is correlated with this waking state. So what is this being that cannot be stopped? And yet we have direct experience of something called sleep, where even this being is not present. You see? So this question, can you stop being, is a response to a prayer which is, can you show me God? So to come face to face with God is to explore this question, can I stop being? What is this being? You see? This that is here, is it personal? Does it have desires and aversions? Does it have likes and dislikes? Without the light of this being, does anything exist? All these forces of gravity, light, sound, electricity, all these senses of touch, taste, smell, sight, hearing, all of these, can any of this exist without you being first? Therefore, what must be this being? And ultimately, for whom is this being, which seems to be the light of this universe, also coming and going? You see? So this is the exploration that we are doing together. And it's a wonderful, joyous journey. It's a wonderful, joyous looking. And some fears can come, some resistance can come, sometimes lethargy can come. You see? And it's okay. I'm not going to leave you so easily.
Thank you.
Very good, very good. You see? Also, the good thing is that all of these satsangs are available on YouTube. So sometimes I recommend that those who had an interaction can go and watch the YouTube again, because sometimes in the moment it seemed like what was heard is very quickly forgotten or something like this. That's why we can refer back to it, we can have a look again, and it can deepen our inquiry into what is it really being asked. You see? It's very, very beautiful. Very good, my dear. So welcome. Always well. Okay. And Other Shivani also wanted to come, no?
Hi, Father.
Hello.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes, yes, very well.
Okay. I'm a bit nervous, I don't know why, but hang on, wait a sec.
I just want to say before we start that we had some very, very, very beautiful inquiries in the last 3 days. And at least I'm enjoying this format very much. You see? And maybe for Nitya and some of the others in the Seva team, we can make some highlights of these inquiries that we've been having. Because I feel that in these inquiries, we are cutting through a lot of concepts, even spiritual concepts. So the feeling right now is to continue this format for some time, which I'm really enjoying.
Yeah, I really like them too, Father, actually.
Yeah. Yes.
It's really direct. I don't know, I wanted you to drill me as well.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, but I just wanted to be drilled. I actually had the same thing with Shivani as well, that
Yeah.
this thing of not wanting to look, like, and this big fear comes up, like, because it's only recently that there's actually been like the capacity to look, I think.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
I'm feeling like it's just there's space there to actually, it's looking is happening, whereas before it was just like in the head.
Yeah.
But I'm noticing that, so like, I don't know, energetically things kind of open up a bit, and then it's like, oh, you know, like,
Yes.
it's just too much. It feels like
Yeah.
this big panic comes, like, yeah. Even talking about it, even I'm like kind of getting a bit like, you know, like,
Yes.
yeah. So, I don't know.
Yes. Yes. Because it can feel like death actually. We must not shy away from saying that. This just as we come so-called face to face with ourselves. You see? And we've discussed this also, that in this emptiness, which is too full, but not a phenomenal sort of fullness, you see. So it can seem empty to the mind. And because our habit has been to relate to ourselves phenomenally, there can be this urge to go with what our mind is saying, whatever it might be at that point of time. You see? So instead of asking you a question, maybe we can see together if we can just remain open in a simple allowing of all thoughts, all emotions, everything to come and go, and see what really happens. And you can just report on whatever is happening with you as we just simply remain open. If there's some strong fear coming or some strong thoughts coming, something which seems to get our belief, you can report on it. So, and we can all do this together. So for the next maybe 10 minutes or so, before we end today, let's sit in silence and remain completely open to whatever is coming and going.
Okay.
And you can report on what are the things which seem to distract you or seem to get in the way.
Yeah. It feels like straight away there's this, oh God, you know, like, oh God, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just allow it to come and go. Allow it also to stay as long as it likes.
Yeah.
No rush. No constriction of any sort. Allow your attention also completely to go free. What's happening?
I just thought I'd lost the thing. I couldn't hear anything.
Is it feeling natural, very easy, or?
No, not really. It's there's this kind of like attention or awareness that there's so much thinking happening, and then there's this this commentary about not being able to let go of this thinking, not being able to. Not loud. It's not like these it used to be like.
Yeah.
But there's still the subtle like, stop, like kind of feeling.
Yes. It'll become lighter as you remain open. See, the mind will try all sorts of things, including saying stop to itself. You see, all these tricks it'll try. It'll become lighter as we continue to remain open and say, yeah, it's okay, come and go. You see?
Yeah, it's not as heavy as it used to be, but
yes.
I think maybe because there's a bit more space now, there's an actual heightened awareness of all this noise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We see more because before satsang, we can't even imagine how much thought was believed, isn't it? It was just so much, and yet it felt like natural day-to-day life, isn't it? But now if you were to live like that, it would seem so oppressive, isn't it?
Yeah. It was literally like every single thought was followed. Like it's like a flow, a constant flow, and that was your day.
Yes. And now because our sensitivity is increasing, even when we pick up one or two thoughts, it can seem like so yucky and burdensome.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing at the moment, Father, of this thing of stop is kind of, it's not big or anything, but it's kind of taking a bit of the attention, like it's getting a bit of.
Yes, I know it can play like that. It used to happen here also. The mind itself saying, you see, like that. I told you that story once, no? Before I met Guruji, there was this time where I resolved, today is it. Today is it. I came with that kind of resolve that I'm not going to leave the inquiry till I find out who I am. You see, so I sat down, and who am I? Who are these thoughts appearing to? You see, it started like this. And then for a long time it was just quiet. The mind went quiet. And then the mind itself came and said, stop this, I'll give you a good life. And the mind itself came and said, deal. You see? So the mind said, stop, I'll give you a good life. And then the next thought said, deal. And I was just watching all of that, but I didn't realize. So I said, oh no, see now you made a deal with the devil and you're stuck in this, you were getting it. You see? So just the mind is such a trickster. That's why the living master is so important. Because when we sit with all these instructions, we get confused with simple things like this. Now it sounds funny. But when that happened, that stop the inquiry, I'll give you a good life. And the mind itself came and said, deal. There was so much guilt. Because I felt like I was really just getting it. It became quiet for so long. And then I made a deal with the devil. I'm stuck in the ego again. All this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So we need a master who can laugh at this kind of stuff. Otherwise we end up taking it too seriously and saying, oh, see, I'm still stuck, and these kind of things. So the mind is very, very tricky because it also derives its intelligence from this supreme intelligence, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, everything seems to be changing because lately I just feel like this thing of surrender, like just massive.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what's going on. I really don't. Like,
yes.
I mean, I never have, and I've always said that, but now I really feel like I don't know what's going on. Not mentally, like trying to figure it out, I don't know, but like, just even without being a mental thing, it's just clueless sort of thing.
It's very good. It's very good. It's only those who are having some insights into what they really are starting to now conclusively say that I don't know anything at all. Because what that means is that our reliance on our mental knowledge is now fading. It's not as if the storehouse of concepts is not available to us anymore. It is just that our belief in those concepts is fading so much that we know that they are completely unreliable. That's what we mean when we say, I don't know. You see?
Yeah.
Because the mind will still offer up answers, but it's losing reliability. And we are coming to this point of saying, yes, I don't know. What is this? I don't know what's going on. You see? Actually, we didn't know anything at all. We didn't know anything at all when we were just deluded by the mind. Now at least we are coming to the knowing that we don't know. You see? We didn't even know that we didn't know earlier. At least now we are coming to this seeing that we don't know anything. This is very beautiful.
Yeah. It's seeing that it's completely useless to know anything that way.
Yes.
It's really useless. It actually does nothing except torment. It just torments.
Torment, yes.
That's it.
Yes. These, especially these Advaita ideas, are meant to be thorns. You see? Or they're meant to be like an axe to chop off all our knowing. And sometimes we want to use these thorns and axes as our chairs. And it's the most suffering state. Those who are just full of mental Advaita are like sitting on a chair of thorns, you see. And you can see that they're suffering so much because of it. And then at the same time denying their suffering because they're saying, no, I'm just awareness. I'm not suffering. But you can see on their faces they're suffering so much.
Yeah. I think it's good that I've never understood. Like, I haven't even been able to grasp when people like say they're talking Advaitically. I don't even know. I don't even know if I could do that. Like, you know, like to get the logical sequence of words, and blah blah blah. So I'm kind of glad I never got that, like, understood,
Yes.
because I could
Very
get
helpful.
stuck. I could get
It's
stuck
a,
in that. I think.
it's a big grace for this not to happen. And although it's a big grace even for that to happen, but because to see that all these concepts, they could be the fanciest concepts which could have been initially uttered from Adi Shankara's mouth or Bhagwan Sri Ramana Maharishi's mouth. You see, even those concepts, when they just remain as concepts, are not helpful. And that is why even these need to be thrown away to come to this state of not knowing anything mentally. You see? And we come to this empty knowingness itself. That's very good. That's very good. If it's clearly seen that I don't know anything, like I was saying earlier, it's music to my ears. Right?
There's still the effort, Father. Like this just the way this particular functioning happens here. There's still like this winding machine that goes on. You know, trying. But the faith in it is completely like just dropping out. The whole faith in it.
Yes.
I can't say there's not suffering. Like there's not really suffering, but there's still like some things that get relief. You know.
Yeah.
And
yes.
Mostly we're listening to that machine. Anytime it picks up something like, oh, I've got this, I get it, and then it's like, oh,
exactly,
because it just
yes.
It goes around in circles, and then
yes, it's very good. As long as we can see that suffering is a functioning of my belief, and it cannot function without that. You see, then already we've come to a deeper understanding of the issue at hand. Otherwise, we don't even know why we are suffering. Most beings on this in this humanity don't even know what the cause of suffering is. I mean, most of humanity actually has a very decent life. The suffering is just because of this belief in these ideas. You see, so, and the funny thing is that the better our materialistic life seems to get, the more they seem to suffer. The ones who don't seem to have too much material possession, they seem to be smiling more. You see? So that itself tells us that it can't be about these material things, it cannot be about relationships, it cannot be about who my partner is or not. It must be something which is more primal, something which is deeper than that. And once we discover this, that it is just this identity, there is this belief system which is the cause of our suffering, that itself is a great discovery. Like,
thank you, Father.
Thank you, my dear. Very good. Thank you all so very much for being in Satsang today. Sadguru Shri Mujiji ki Jai.
Jai.
Thank you. Thank you, Devi, my dear. Thank you for moderating today. We can end the broadcast now.